Hey guys, it's me, Melissa, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're here with my dad, and we're testing out canned bread. Now, the reason I came to this whole canned bread thing was me and Rob were watching Guys Grocery Games, and one of the, what they call, one of those, roadblock items was canned bread. And the lady, when she was going around, she went to go try to grab, like crescent rolls. She goes, no, this is canned bread. And he handed this to her, and I was like, canned bread? And he said that canned bread is actually a New England staple. Yeah. And so I immediately called my dad, and I was like, have you had canned bread? Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I've had canned bread. I was like, well, I'm going to go buy some canned bread.
The thing is, years ago, you had to have a steak. I mean, you couldn't go 40 miles, to get something. You had to buy some stuff and let it last for a while. Well, canned bread is actually, a lot of people would use it when they made beans, because beans, they would grow the beans and they make baked beans and the whole 9 yards, but you couldn't keep bread for 2 months, 3 months. Yeah. So you made this brown bread, and this brown bread came in a can. So people would theoretically have it, they'd save it, and then when they would make baked beans, they would take this bread and they could do two things with it. Mm-hmm. You could either take it, put it on the plate, like cut slices of it, put it on the plate, and then pour the beans over it, or you could toast it, and you could then get a thing of beans and franks or beans and sausage, and then it's like when you would scoop it up or dip it in the thing, you would do whatever it takes. But people look at you funny when you say, I'm going to have bread from a can.
Yeah, so I got these on Amazon. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. They showed up so dented, like ridiculously dented. Could not get a refund because it was a third-party seller. And they came shipped like this in a plastic and then in turn in a box. So this didn't happen on the way to my house. So I bought the original brown bread and the raisin brown bread. It was a little expensive. I probably spent way too much money on this. I don't even know if I'm going to link it below. I don't know if anyone wants to try this. And then, the same brand makes baked beans.
Well, when I was a kid, that's a big... You don't remember that when you were small?
New England's finest.
Right, because when I was a kid, everybody knew B&M baked beans. Everybody knew B&M baked beans.
B&M baked beans.
That was
then, the two cans came with this, too, to help you get it out of the can.
Right.
So, I don't know. I mean, let's just...
Well, first of all, what we should do is just show it. Because you're right, the cans came a little dented, but I just want them to be able to see.
I'm using my new,
I want you to be able to see that it's bread in a can. I know it sounds a little weird, but I bet you there's a lot of people out there that are older that'll go, yeah, so what? I know bread in a can.
And this is the date on this one. And here is bread in a can. I'm guessing you can't just no. So that has this thing.
You have to go all the way down and turn it around and try and
it's going to be hard with that
pull it out.
I didn't bring a knife.
Is there an expiration date?
You know the easiest way to do that, sweetheart?
What?
Is cut the other end of the can.
I think it should come out.
I'm just saying, if you cut...
Nope. Oh, man. We're having technical difficulties. I'm going to get this out, and then we'll take a look at it.
You know what it look like?
Yeah. So my dad told me to cut off the other side of it. Now, keep in mind, there is a wicked dent.
I think that's why you're doing it. Now, take your thing. Take your knife. And the thing is, this has an expiration date of 2023. So that goes to show you that this stuff is around for a while.
It's that dent, I think, that's getting us. Oh.
Stop popping bread all over the place.
Want some bread, Paco? Hold it up. Hold it up. Hold the thing up.
Okay,
don't ruin the moment.
Just push. There it is. There it is.
There it is in all of its glory.
Now, you've never had this before?
No.
Okay, so smell it. What's it smell like?
Weird.
Don't smell weird.
Yeah.
It smells like bread. This is like think of brown bread as a spice bread. Okay? It has like a spice taste to it.
So what are we just gonna I didn't bring a knife. So we're going to cut it, eat it raw, or do you want to...
Here's what I want to do.
So I'm going to make the baked beans, too.
Okay, here's what we'll do with this. We will cut it into pieces, and cut it into slices. Then we'll put it in the toaster, and we'll get a little bit of butter. We'll heat up the beans, and then you try it, sliced butter with some beans. And what you could do is, when we were kids, we would take the slice of the bread, and we would put the beans on top of the bread, and eat the bread like that.
Okay.
So we'll do that.
And then we'll have this one as a dessert.
We'll
Alright, so
cut
I'm
it.
gonna cut it. We'll cut it,
Toast
it,
You gotta cook
and
the
then we'll cook
beans.
the beans, and then we'll show you guys us putting the butter on and us putting the beans on.
Yeah.
Be right back. Alright, so my dad just finished slicing it, so I wanted to show you kind of what the slices should look like. So here it is all sliced up. Pretty sure we're not eating all of this. But
No, but
here
I'm
it is
just saying,
all-
that's how you would normally, that's the thickness you would use for it. Because we're going to eat it both ways. We're going to eat it
Just
as it would
toasted.
be with soaking the beans and with the beans on the top as you normally would eat it like
Like we
on
didn't
top.
really just eat lunch, but okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Alright, and then I'm going to heat up the beans, and Rob is going to try to get the raisin one out, because that one is mega dented.
You're going to like this.
That-
I know you haven't tasted this, so you're going to like it.
Okay, see you soon, we'll see. Alright, we're back. We've got our slices, they're toasted, but they don't toast like normal bread toast.
No, it doesn't. Because remember, I would say another word for this bread is molasses bread. So think
I'm
of it
really
like
not
that.
enjoying the smell
It's
of it.
molasses, huh?
I'm not really enjoying the smell of it.
The smell of it?
Yeah.
You're going to
I'm
eat
just
it,
saying,
you know?
I'm not
Okay,
sure, but-
so here's what we would do. We would take some butter and we would butter the bread. Not a lot, just a little bit of butter on there, so it would have some kind of.
Alright, show them your bread while
You butter
I'm still
yours.
buttering.
Okay.
I do not smell this bread.
Hey, just gonna try it. I'm trying to show you. This is New England heritage right here. So I put a little butter on there like that. Okay. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take. I have baked beans in this other one, right?
They're being at one.
So this is one way we used to eat it. We used to take the baked beans and we would put it on top of the bread.
It's all extremely
Okay.
hot too. I heated the beans up way too much.
Yeah, it's really hot. It's really hot. So that's one way of doing it. The other way is to take the bread, and while you're eating the beans, you dip the bread into the beans. Now, what wouldn't necessarily be in one of these little tiny bowls, obviously, but we're doing it for space constriction. But I want her to taste it. You gotta taste it.
I feel like
now.
the beans are really like steaming. I feel like I'm more nervous. Maybe I'll dip first. Maybe I should try the bread by itself first. Alright, bread by itself.
Tastes like molasses bread.
Tastes better than it smells.
Yeah.
Very dense.
Because this was part of the. Think about it. In early America.
For my drink.
In early America, you needed some substance. I mean, this would be the full meal. So you needed a real heavy bread. You needed
Heavy.
some good beans for fiber and protein. So this would be like this was a very good meal. So it's a thick molasses bread
Thick.
to fill you up.
Thick.
Thi-
Thick.
Yeah, but it's tasty. It's tasty, especially when you get. All right, look.
Alright, now I'm gonna dip.
I'm gonna try the other one.
I'm gonna dip now.
I'm gonna try this one, okay? As I showed you before, this is the beans on the actual bread itself. It's like making an open turkey sandwich only with beans. And you could cut this with a knife and a fork and eat it that way, but I'm just gonna bite into it as if it was a little muffin.
It's a little better with the beans, but this is a dense piece of bread.
No, it's good.
I don't know if I need more onions. There's a lot.
What's a lot?
The heaviness.
But that's how you didn't have 14-course meals 100 years ago in New England. Your meals had to be as compact as possible and as dense as possible so that they would be filling. That's good. When you put the beans on top of it, you get the taste of the beans, the taste of the butter from the bread, and the molasses. You can taste the molasses in the bread. So think of it as a heavy molasses bread with beans on top.
I think I would have liked
And
the
I'm
bread.
sure every country has that original food, survival food, that they ate in order to stay alive. Because, like I said, the bread can last about 3 years.
The beans are good.
I know the beans are good, but did you?
I mean, it tastes the best with the beans on it.
Right.
But I think I would have been happier if the bread was maybe half the size.
Half the size?
Yeah, thinner.
Yeah, but you don't. The thing is,
I'm full already.
no, but of course. But the thing is, if you cut it thin, right? You theoretically
crunch
can't
it.
pick it up either.
I cut it with a fork and knife or something. It's a thick piece of, it's a dense piece of bread.
Well, to give you an idea, the can that the bread comes in says it only has 8 servings. When I cut the bread from in the can, this is the thickness I use to make 8. So this is the regular serving size. I didn't make it overly thick or overly thin. This is what it would be if you were going to eat it. That's good.
I think you can keep it.
Well, again,
The beans are good.
it's like anything else. It's an acquired taste. But if that's all you had, if you're sitting around some
Yeah, that's
cold
all I
winter
had.
in New
Of course, yeah.
Hampshire,
That's all I had.
you're in New Hampshire or Massachusetts and you're freezing your butt off because it's snowing outside and you want something that's going to stick to your ribs and really make you feel
Definitely
full,
stick to your
you
ribs.
got the baked beans because you need the fiber, you need the protein, you need the sugar. You have to have the sugar because you need the carbs in order to survive.
Energy.
Then you have a really tasty bread. Well, because it's mostly molasses, it's a dark brown bread.
I mean, I was thinking it was going to taste like the bread from Outback.
No, that's brown
No,
bread.
That's brown bread.
It's just
Yeah.
brown bread. This is what do they call this?
This is like a molasses
bread.
bread.
Oh, they call it brown bread.
It is similar, it's just lighter.
Yeah. So I was not expecting the chew on this one.
But did I explain why?
Yes.
So if you ate this for supper
I would
on a
not.
cold, you would
Nitty
have starved to
gritty.
death.
Yes.
You would starve to
If
death.
in order not to starve to death, I would be all over this.
So you would feel
Next time it snows, you're all sick.
Yeah. Well,
that when you were finished with the meal, you were satisfied.
like if there was like a zombie apocalypse, I'd be happy to have some of this bread in the in the pantry. I would be happy.
And I remember being in baked beans from when I was like 5 and 6 years old.
Do they taste the same?
No.
Did you say how much it cost?
It was a lot. I'm not even bothered.
Well, no. The point is, we did.
I'm pretty
when
sure
you told
it
me.
was so much cheaper. I didn't know if they actually had it in the store. That's why I didn't go to the store. That's why I bought it on Amazon. And so I think it was like 11 something for both of the cans though.
You could probably get this in New England, no problem, at a store.
Yeah, so I don't know if they had it at Walmart. I could have picked it up for like $2 or something like that. But I just bought it on Amazon to make it easier for me. I'm not the one to go search
The
around
point
for
of
stuff.
this video isn't that you're going to save money by doing this.
No,
It's to explain
This is a
two
complete taste
things.
test. I can like feel it in my throat.
Oh, stop it. It's to explain 2 things. One, it's something you've never had before that I try to explain to you. And when you try to explain something to somebody, sometimes it goes over well. Sometimes it's like they just don't understand.
I'm
So
glad
I
that
said,
it brought you
let's
back to your
try it.
childhood.
Let's try it because I know what it's like because I ate it when I was a kid. My mother used to make it. Instead of using baked beans, she would use cantellini Italian beans. Again, same basic premise. We didn't grow up with much when I was a kid. When I was a kid, we didn't have much of anything. That
I made
big
spaghetti
steak,
with the tuna fish.
spaghetti and soup, pasta and soup. That was the main. Meat was maybe you got meat, but anyway, this I wanted to show what it is. And
Now
if
we
you
still
were
had
100
it.
years ago, if this was 100 years ago, and it was a cold winter day in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and your mother and father put this down, you would have said, "Oh,
If it was my only
thank
option,
you,
yes.
thank you so much."
Now we still have to try the raisin one.
I can try to raisin. All it is, I'll go get it. Just
Yeah.
sit there for a
So
second.
we're gonna go heat up the. We're gonna go clean up, and then he's gonna toast up the raisin one, and then we'll taste test that one. Hopefully, it's a little bit better. All right, guys. Now we have the raisin one. Is it just raisin? That's it. There's no like cinnamon or anything like that.
Nope, just raisin.
Just raisin.
Raisin again is another one of those things that you could plentifully get them.
I'm putting a crap ton of butter on it.
Oh, stop it! Stop being a wiener.
Butter. AKA margarine.
Okay, I got mine buttered up. Right there. I guess you're not going to be any Little House on the Prairie
That's a whole lot of butter
wife,
there.
are you?
I'm trying to hide it. Trying to help this bread go down.
Could you put enough butter on there? All right. So, go with the understanding that it's the same bread we already had,
With just some raisin.
but it's got a raisin in it.
I thought it was really sweet. It's better with a lot of butter on it.
The raisins help it?
The butter, a lot of butter helps it.
You
Now,
can taste the raisin.
Would a person put jelly on that?
No.
Why not?
I don't think they had. This is
No, I'm
not.
just saying in general, would jelly
No.
go with that?
No.
Why not?
Because this is more of a. This is more of a
Raisin.
real meal. This is a meal.
Oh, there it goes in.
I guess you could put anything. You could put cheese on there if you wanted to. What's the matter? You gonna be all right, little baby? You're
just
gonna
so
be
big.
okay. You'll be okay.
I'm gonna make sure that I actually get a raisin. Where the... For sure.
Make sure you get. There's a raisin. You want to bite my
No.
piece of bread over there? There's a raisin right there.
See it from the other side.
Mmm.
You don't have any raisins?
So you taking
Sticks
that bread,
to your
you
ribs.
taking that bread home with?
No. Sticks to your ribs. You can go out there and plow that field. Pick that corn.
I think I like the middle better than the outside.
It's the same bread.
And the more butter starts into that part.
So, what's your opinion of brown bread?
Why did I spend all that money?
Because you wanted to tell your subscribers
Not to buy
this
it.
is something brand new.
Or
And
somebody
like I
maybe
said
bring back some
before,
nostalgia from childhood from other
yes,
people too.
and I said before, I bet you there's people out there that have had brown bread when they were younger, and I bet you there's people from different countries that had that one mainstay, stick to your rib. We don't have much money, so we have to eat this kind of food. And that's what this was all about. I mean, that's what brown bread, that's what beans, that's what all that stuff was all about.
I feel like I need to eat for a week.
They didn't have any filet mignon, Chateaubriand steak.
They probably
didn't
did,
have,
just not for that caliber of you.
well, not for my kind of people.
Yeah, not for your people.
No. So I thought it was very good. It was very tasty.
I'm still eating it.
And the raisin does make it a little sweeter.
The raisin one is, if I had to go like, the brown bread's here and then the raisin's like here.
Well, yeah. Wow, you
Reality,
really
it would be on, but I want to be in camera. So they'd be here and then the raisin's like right above it.
Why don't you get
More
Papa
butter
a little
better.
piece? He likes it.
You like the brown bread? You want a little brown bread?
You like the Paco? He loves it.
Now you want to eat for 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He's good.
He's going, look at that, he's going,
He's like, oh, I feel so full. I don't know what to do with myself.
That hit the
Did
spot,
it
Mommy.
was it hard to chew? Was
That
it for mommy?
it's not hard to chew.
Was it
In
hard
fact, that'd be
swallow?
good for him.
That
That'd be
would
good for him because it's soft.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we tried it. We let you see it. We ate it. She hated
And
it.
obviously, this is all, every time I eat something, it's all my personal opinion. This may be your favorite. I'm happy it's your favorite.
I'm really interested. I'm interested in the comments. I want to get people's comments on this
And
to
always
say,
when my dad's in a video, he'll always post a comment and then I'll pin it to the top because he can't comment on all your comments. So if you want to talk to him, just comment on his comment and then you guys can have a conversation through there.
it's going to be, I'm sure there's people that say, oh, I eat that all the time. It's great. Great. Fantastic. Great
If
stuff.
my lips never touch that again, it'll be a good day.
Well,
All right.
Okay.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I know,
even
I know.
if you don't like bread, if you don't like the brown bread, give it a thumbs up.
If you have any comments or any questions, sure you do, put them down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed, I know this is definitely the video that's going to make you do it. Like, you're like, oh my gosh, brown bread.
How much weirder can the cheap chick get?
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. We'll see you soon. Bye.